Hey guys, so this is much needed video. Um, I haven't posted in a while. I don't want to really talk too much about that. Let's just get into the information. It's I'm gonna show how Shohei, like this whole narrative with Shohei and Sirius and his dog. So this is about him. The news came out that he wrote a book, a children's book about his dog. Decoy saves opening day. Came out. The news broke yesterday, and I pretty much was the one who discovered this serious connection with Shohei from the time that he joined the 50/50 club right before, and it had to do with my own synchronicities. You'll see in this video, I predicted that he was going to join the 50/50 club the day that I landed in Columbus, Ohio. Just because I was that confident about it, because I just knew that God is putting this on my heart, and that's exactly what happened. Because Columbus and Ohio both equal 595, Sirius equals 595 in Greek, and I noticed that he joined the 40/40 club exactly 595 weeks after his MLB debut. So we'll get into that later, but also that whole thing, I think I showed you. I shared this with Cody. I knew that I started So this is gonna be the first time you see. This is the first video that you will find connecting Shohei and Sirius. And now it's just continuing with this story, which I'm gonna share right now. Where did my cursor? Okay. So yeah, the book you'll see right here, on sale 2/3/26. So let's just go to my YouTube community. So yeah, this was the first post that I made, and regarding the day that the book was on sale, 2/3/26. So I found out that from the day that he joined the 50/50 club, which was completely connected to Sirius. I have the link here, please go watch it. So from the day he joined the 50/50 club to the day the book releases, with the span, it'll be from the start of this day to the start of this day. It's 12,072 hours, 1272, and Sirius the dog star equals 1272, and that is just insane. Just completely validates the Sirius connection, and I just can't believe that it's still continuing in this crazy way. But yeah, I mean, I could have just made a video just about that. I didn't think it was gonna get much crazier than that, but just I'll show you, just so you know that I wasn't just photoshopping that or whatever. So I use the timeanddate.com website to see the hours. I really picked up on that from 7-1's channel. But if you go from the day he joined the 50/50 club to the day the book releases with the end date, see, 1272 hours. So that is not a fabrication at all. But without the end date, so this is why I know that both, it's not that it's cheating. Both are relevant, especially in situations like this, because it's 502 days without the end date, right? So I shared this. Alright, so man's best friend, you guys know that dog is man's best friend, and that equals 502 in Latin. So from the day that I totally connected Shohei joining 50/50 club with the Sirius the dog star, to the day that the book about his dog starring in it releases, is 502 days. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just perfect. And just moving on. This is just mind-blowing, but you may or may not be familiar with my decoding technique, but okay, so this is a technique that I have pioneered, and I know that this is in play, and it's not obscure. It's not a reach. I know, like, since I kind of stepped away, like, I haven't. I know that people aren't gonna like want to take this like seriously, but it's a technique. Okay, so I recommend everyone use it. I don't want to get into it, like, but just know that, you know, Sirius, the dog star, like I showed, 1272. So I take the number, turn it into the date 1272. So when you go from the day the book releases, which is 12,072 hours after he joined the 50/50 club, to the date 1272, it's 551 months exactly on the nose, and Shohei Ohtani equals 551. So this is just like, I've proven it like hundreds of times that this is like, I've like yeah, like if you watch my channel, I've proven it like I don't know how many times, definitely like maybe 500 times, but this is legit, and it's not like, it's not weird or obscure. It's just, this is something that I figured out that is in play, so please take it seriously. But that's, not only is that like just so perfect, 551 months on the nose, okay, no extra days, but 551 minutes into the day is 9:11 a.m. and that's important because Sirius is super connected to 9/11, because you'll see here that Sirius, the dog Sirius, was the only service dog to die on 9/11. Like, this is like a true, this is a true story, and it's crazy, but yeah, like, there's no denying. And there's even more things about Sirius and 9/11, but just that's all like, that's just the most blatant, especially considered in terms of what I'm showing you here. So yeah, and now, okay, so the news started circulating yesterday. It technically, I saw a few articles that did come out on the night of the 17th, but it was without a doubt circulating yesterday on the 18th. And from the day that they started releasing the news about it to the start of Lunation 1272. Okay, so Lunation 1272 starts on October 21st, 2025. So that's 95 days, and Sirius equals 95. And they emphasize that the book is 32 pages, and Sirius equals 32. So it's like, again, God wants, I don't know why God wants me to be the one to to be finding all this. I don't. It's crazy, but like literally within minutes, or like, I don't know how soon after I had posted this news broke about this NASCAR Hall of Famer who passed away at 95. Literally, I posted this first, and then within minutes this was announced. Now, the whole thing with the NASCAR and the dog, also think about like Sirius and Back to the Future. Like, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some Sirius-ish. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna tie it all in, and I've never seen anyone bring this up, but I think this is like definitely a divine like synchronicity, like something that is just part of God's design. And then basically I'm showing you why like it's so perfect that it's like this NASCAR driver, and how it connects to the symbolism with the dog and Sirius. Alright, so think about like when you look at a racetrack and think about the cars just going and going and going and going, right? And think about, you know, they start, let's say they start here and they end here. The starting line is the finish line. Maybe you see where I'm getting at. But think about this. Alright, think about how perfect this is. You know, like dogs are so known for this. Like, this is part of their design. And it's the head and the tail. It's the Ouroboros. The head and the tail, the first and the last. I'm the Alpha, the Omega, the first and the last. Back to the future and the past, coming into one. And I believe that just cracks the code of the dog. And you know, I have not seen anyone bring that up, but that, like, in terms of the racetrack, like, you can't deny what I'm showing you. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. And that is why it was a race car driver who died at 95 connecting to the dog. You cannot deny that. You cannot. And I fully believe that I have cracked that. So just one more time. The NASCAR driver passes away at 95 minutes after I post this. So God is, I'm showing you that God is working through me. Like, this is what my channel is about. That's why I feel like my channel is ridiculously, like, unique and different than anything else out there. Okay, so let's just recap this. This was a follow-up that I did in April, so a few months ago. But this talks about, like, everything that I went over with Shohei and Sirius and the 50/50 Club. So Sirius in Greek, written in Greek, and I still, like, I will not neglect giving credit where credit's due to, like, you know, Casey Jones and 7-1 for the knowledge about the 595 and Ohio, or I think at least the 595 and Sirius, and we'll skip here, but the 500, this is why it's so important, because the 595th chapter of the whole Bible is the middle chapter of the Bible, right? So 50/50, and then 50/50 Club, and I think I kind of connected this, like, on my own. Maybe they had talked about it before, but Columbus and Ohio, like, I saw that they both equal 595. So I noticed that the day that he was right before, like, he joined the club, he was at 593 at bat. So I was like, okay, he's gonna be at 595 no matter what, because he's gonna be at bat more than a few times. So he's going to be at his 595th at bat. I'm gonna be in Columbus, Ohio. I'm gonna land in Columbus, Ohio. And then I saw the whole thing with his dog. Him and his dog start together at Dodger Stadium. This was on August 28th. So it was like, I thought this was like a clue, and I was right. Okay, so he joined the 40/40 Club exactly, I think I'm covering it, but let me show you real quick. Sorry, not his MLB debut, his professional debut. Because he would play professional before the MLB, but that was March 29, 2013. So from his professional debut to the day he joined the 40-40 club, I discovered that was 595 weeks, exactly on the nose. So all this stuff was making me like really focus on this 595 and realizing that this was what it was all like centered around, and I was correct. Where was I? Alright, so again, I learned this from Casey Jones. So the way that 17 is tied to Sirius and the 595th, the number 595, in terms of the Bible, like this is like in terms of the Bible, which makes it even crazier. But the whole, like, this is the middle, the 595th chapter of the Bible, the whole Bible, the middle chapter. It's only 2 verses, so the ordinal value of the whole chapter, just the 2 verses, equals 1597, and that's the 17th Fibonacci number. Okay, so that's even more perfect that Ohtani is number 17, and the connection with Ohio that I had, landing the day that it all happened. Ohio is the 17th state, and keep in mind that 595 is the 34th triangular number. So I turned 34 years old on in a few months, I guess. So from the day from the day I turned 34 years old to the book release, 2/3/26 of Shohei's dog, it's exactly 17 weeks. Exactly 17 weeks. Exactly. So, so perfect. Just like I said, the 17th Fibonacci is 1597, and the 595th chapter of the whole Bible is equals 1597 in ordinal. The middle chapter, 50-50 club, Sirius equals 595. Like, it's just it's huge, man. It's so deep. Also, when you go from my birth to Ohtani's birth, he was born July 5th, 1994. It's a span of 1,003 days. The prime factorization of that is 17 times 59, and the 17th prime number is 59. Yeah, the 17th prime is 59. So 17 times 59, prime factorization of 1,003, and Ohtani, number 17, who joined the 50-50 club the day that I landed in the 17th state of Ohio. He was born 1,003 days after me. So this is why God is choosing me to do all this. I'm sorry, like, there's no, like, I know it sounds conceited, but I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, okay? And I'm emphasizing that because all I want to do is show everyone how real God is. This is all God, okay? So there's no, I know some some people think that this is a supercomputer controlling this, which is hilarious to me still. Grown men, or supposedly grown men, but I think everything I showed you speaks for itself. And it's not even just me decoding the connection to Ohtani and Sirius. Okay, I'm showing you why it's me doing it, because there is a reason. There is, and that's why he did it the day that I landed in Columbus, Ohio, and that's why I knew that it was gonna happen that way. So I think that's all I have to share. Okay, well, think about Sirius and Back to the Future. Let's see. Okay, so in Back to the Future, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some Sirius-ish, and then the dog Einstein. In Back to the Future represents Sirius. So, alright, so I picked up on this from Cody, that time travel in 2053, because he showed that the last election was exactly 2053 weeks after the release of Back to the Future, which is freaking insane. But I dug a little deeper into this number, and looking at the properties, it's the 310th prime and the 19th star. So I turned this into a date. So this is connected to this. Like, it's just very I don't know, I guess it's outside the box, because like no one else really like experiments like this, but like I know that what I'm about to show is completely valid. So when you go from this date to today, which is important. Today is really important. Today and yesterday, but I'll show you why. It's exactly 332 weeks, and dog star equals 332. So that's really significant, because I was looking for some type of news with regarding like my dad, because like Back to the Future, it is about the father and son symbolism, which again, like no one else really like has brought that up, but like I know that that's like the whole father son narrative. Back to the Future is all about that. So today I was looking out for some interesting news regarding my dad, because today my dad he passed away, but he would be 66 years and 6 months, but that equals 798 months, exactly on the nose, and Mercury equals 798. Okay, and like I've talked about it briefly before, but like my dad, he was a car salesman. Mercury is the god of transportation and commerce. But this ended up being in the news like last night. I forget what time it was. So yeah, this ended up happening. There was a car that crashed into people at a nightclub, and I was anticipating some type of transportation incident because of what I just showed, and it manifested. So I'm gonna get more into this probably maybe in another video, because it's insane. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.